Sitting around the ballroom, they're talking about tomorrow when they're taking Johnny away. Said he wasn't no good, never done the things that he should. That's all the judge had to say. He went in the army when he was 18. Crazy young Irish and mean. Took a kid who was half gone all the way to be wrong with bloodlust and them 16s. His father, he thinks
We are back. It is. I want to talk about the show for a second. We've been recording early in the morning. Good morning, fellas. We've had, I've talked about the show a lot about just the fact that, what I like about it, community, the people we've met. We've had some great comedians on the show. We've had Will Noonan, one of the best comedians in Boston. We've had New England Dad recently, who's up and coming comedian, one of the biggest, influences in the Boston area. So there's pillars in comedy. Like there's like Norm Macdonald, Don Rickles, and then there's Andrew Fontana. You know what I mean? Like if we're looking at the pillars of the comedic world, the great stand-up comedians of our generation.
If you notice, me and Fitzy haven't said anything. We're kind of shell-shocked right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's what can you say? You know what I mean? When you got the best, you know what I mean? You've already tried the rest.
You got to let him shine.
You got to let him shine. You know what I mean? Fonz, welcome to the show. Stand-up comedian Andrew Fontana.
Thank you.
All right, so you haven't been on in a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think right.
It's been great.
Yeah. You know what? So it was like right when Fitzy got on.
Yeah.
You can say took
Took
over.
over.
So my first episode, it was Josh the Ironworker, and then I followed that, which sucks. And then right after that was Bob C's first episode. So
You got a shit
dude,
sandwich.
I got absolutely rammed. Like the two of the best corker guests, and then I'm right there in the middle.
Yeah, well, it's not a bad thing. I mean, that's a sandwich you want to be a part of. A lot of women have wanted to be a sandwich between Bob and Josh. You know what I mean?
Fonz definitely wanted to be a part of that sandwich, for sure.
Dude, those new pictures of Bob. Come
Yeah,
on.
I mean, it was great. Talking about getting horned up, on a Saturday morning. We are recording, like we said, at 7:30 in the morning. The reason for that is because we have a million things. Sports still going on.
Still, yeah. Connor lost it's double elimination, so they lost this week, but he's got a playoff game at 11 today, and then spring hockey at 2:20, and then we get the party.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we got Danny's daughter's party tonight.
Busy.
It's catered by Durham, right?
Sure is.
Shout out to Durham Pasta and Lynn. Guy who owns it's a dickhead, but it's a really good spot to get some pasta. Actually, my mother's like, I want to go over there. She talked to me the other day. She's like, but I don't want you telling them I'm coming because I don't want to get anything free.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, yeah.
Bread, awesome bread, too.
Yeah.
Al's basically delivering bread all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
All he does is deliver bread.
Yep. And then bust people's balls. That's the two things he does. So big weekend in the house, ups and downs, test tour meniscus on
Athlete shit.
Tuesday or Wednesday. The Tommy got his license on Thursday.
Hell yeah,
So
Tommy.
Congrats,
fucking
Tom.
Tommy, we got a new designated driver in the house,
Can't wait.
which is a bonus. You know what I mean? He can drive me wherever I want to go.
That wouldn't suck for him to drive you tonight, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably Uber. I don't know if I trust him like at that distance right now, just yet.
Just stay in your
I
own
gotta
town.
get him a third car now though, because it's like my car's a truck's so big, it's hard to park those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Maggie's got a big SUV, so it's like I think I'm just gonna try to find like a fucking Corolla or something.
Camry, yeah.
But
Get him
yeah,
a Mini Cooper.
I was just up at the field. They have the big day for the Incarnation Baseball League, and they have like a huge day today. It's called what's it called? I don't know. I forget what the name is. Super Saturday, and that's the playoff games and everything. My nephew's in the finals, Eamon, and I supplied my PA. Like I think I talked about this last week, maybe. Yeah. So I gave him the PA, and Gentile's up there. He's like, "Look at that fucking M that John Knockel painted on the field. Looks like shit." So Knockel showed up. I'm like, worst part for you is you don't even have the fucking excuse like you were shit faced. You know what I mean? Like because he doesn't drink that much. I mean, he drinks, but he's not like us. Which is a good thing. I think for everybody involved. Fonz, could you do me a favor? Could you enlighten us on where you spent last evening? Because you told me this before when you came in. And you said, I'm going to think less of you for this. I don't think less of you, but I do think it's very funny.
All right. Yeah. So last night, wife got home from work. We're just laying on the couch, thinking about making dinner soon. Then she goes, oh, fuck. It's like, I forgot we have a party to go to. And I was like, oh, do we? And she's like, yeah, do you want to go? And I was like, I guess.
Sounds like a you problem, lady.
So we drive to Methuen, one of our friends' houses in Methuen, and we walk up to the gate, and it says, "Happy 5th birthday, Jax." I'm like, who the fuck do you know that has a 5-year-old named Jax? So we go in, it's a fucking dog's, it's a dog's birthday party. And when I tell you, like, first off, the spread that they had there was sick. I almost wish we didn't eat at home. Because, like, there were ribs, there was, like, corn on the cob, all the type of shit that I would fucking house down. But anyways, we get there, and she's like, okay, we're just about to open up the presents. And I'm like, you guys brought fucking presents for this dog? She gets this dog to sit up in the chair, brings over gift by gift, and has the dog pulling out the gifts out of the bag. Like, she'd have it ready and make the dog reach its head in there to pull the gifts out. And everyone was sitting there cheering. And I'm like, this is not fucking.
This woman should be murdered. Like, she should be put out of her misery.
Like, what are we doing up in the Merrimack Valley?
I have no idea.
Other people bring their dogs? Did you bring your dog?
So no, we didn't. So this
So now you're basically just a Disney adult here without a dog.
So we left our dogs at home. This dog doesn't get along with other dogs, also doesn't get along with people. And I said, this is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Like,
Yeah. For
Fucking
Fonz trying to
Jax.
grab a rib, the thing just takes his fucking hand off.
How many couples were there?
3, counting myself and Courtney.
No
It's a
other,
real banger.
no kids.
No kids. There was
very odd.
one half of a gay couple there, and then the host.
So that just means a gay person.
0.5 gay couple.
One half is a gay
who's
couple.
who I've met her wife. Her wife is so much better than she is.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're gay or not. If you suck, you suck. It just is what it is. You know what I mean?
know?
Doesn't matter if you're black, white, gay, trans. Like, if you're a shithead, you're a shithead.
Yeah.
I went
It
to
was a ripping time.
speaking of like events, I went to a oh, by the way, Fonz, I think a non-alcoholic hop water blew up on that thing. So it also looks like Grimace might have blown a load on it, but that's yeah, that's great. That's awesome.
It actually does taste pretty good.
Yeah. That's great.
Salty.
What a fucking
They had a
weirdo.
moving on ceremony. You had one of these, right?
Oh,
8th grade moving on
Jesus
ceremony.
Christ.
All right, listen. I said this. I said this somewhere else, but look. You know what we should have ceremonies for? Like, like Fields medals, Nobel Peace Prize, like that type of stuff. Like, just because you attended the 8th grade for the entire year, like people are doing a standing O. Like, what the fuck are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing with our lives? We're sitting there. First of all, they had a slideshow, and the slideshow is just every kid holding a thing that said what. Like, like most of the kids were just like, next year I'll be at MHS. You know what I mean? And then some girl was like, I want to be a designer, but it was spelled like DISING. I'm like, you definitely don't want to be an English teacher. I can tell you that much. So they did every kid. There's probably 200 kids in this class, right? Yeah. While they're playing some fucking like, hey there, Delilah, or something like that. And then every kid has to get up and get their fucking graduation certificate. It's like, unless this thing can help you get a job, don't make a certificate for it. You know what I mean? Like, unless it's something you need, like to get through life, like you got to pass your fucking plumber's license or whatever. Like, why are you giving out certificates that they went to the 8th grade at a public school?
I said in a text, back in my day, I graduated 8th grade and had to get a job. Nowadays, the soft generation, they're
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They're
Like-
going to school for 8 more years, 4 years of high school, 4 years of college, just to fucking protest on Boston Common.
Dude, listen, if my kid ever does that,
Spot
kill him.
on.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing with our fucking lives? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to impress me? Get a job in a factory. You know what I mean? Like work with the hands. Do something. You know what I mean?
They're going to have to with fucking AI coming.
It's funny. I was listening to a podcast yesterday with Bill Simmons, and he had Chuck Klosterman on. Chuck Klosterman's an author, and he wrote Spin Magazine. He's a very interesting guy. He was like, he said it perfectly. He's like, I don't hear one person who's telling me that this is going to be good. He's like, never in history have I ever seen something that's going to completely. He's like, I listened to this thing the other day with this guy who used to be in AI development, who's like the big doom and gloom guy. And he's like, this is going to happen in like a couple of years. He's like, we don't even know if kids are going to need to read anymore. Like what is this going to do? So what are the only jobs that are going to be left? They'll be like plumbing and shit, right?
Yeah,
Will be the only jobs left. It's like, what the fuck is the point of like literally removing human thought from the world. Like, shouldn't that be something we just don't do?
Yeah. When did The Matrix come out?
2000 or like
Yeah.
99.
Yeah, like late 90s.
Yeah.
Like we knew about this back then. Why
Yeah,
are we,
we're all gonna be
why are we
broke.
pursuing this?
Yeah, you know what? I was taking my foot off the gas with the drinking, but now that AI is coming, like, fuck
Yeah,
it.
fuck
I'm
it.
going to fucking go out with a blaze of glory. You know what I mean?
I've actually heard of people using ChatGPT to diagnose what's wrong with the boiler, and ChatGPT
Knows what it is.
fixed the boiler.
Of course.
Fixed the issue. I'm like,
Yeah, so,
Hey, in
yeah.
7 seconds.
yeah. I'm like, oh god.
Exactly. So that's the thing is, right? It's like he was saying, it's like ChatGPT, like he's like, you know, take the example of like, you can't grow lemon trees in North Dakota, right? But ChatGPT is running millions of simulations a minute. So it's like, it comes up with some type of solution. You know what I mean? Whereas like, so now you don't have to use your brain anymore. It's like critical thought. Like we'll probably be the last generation that had to use our fucking brains, you know?
I used it last night. My ChatGPT.
What, to find out how to get to a kid's dog, fifth
By
year
the
dog?
way, top of the list is going to a dog's 5th birthday over going to an 8th grade.
Yeah, it's like, no, it goes like, how do you know you're a loser? It goes, if you're going to a fifth, year 5 birthday party for a dog.
So they, again,
Oh yeah, sorry. So my eye was fucking swollen as shit, bloodshot, and just tearing up. I'm like, what the? Like out of nowhere, this happened.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it out. And so like after we got home, I'm like, I'm just going to bed. Like I'm so uncomfortable. I'm laying in bed, and I asked ChatGPT, I'm like, why am my tears hot and my eyes bloodshot red? And it gave me a list of stuff, and it's like you could take a picture and send it, and I could diagnose it. And I'm like,
Top of
took
the
a
list.
pic, dude, and it was like, seems like you just got dust in your eye. And I'm like,
Pussy.
Grow
grow
up.
a fucking sack.
You fucking pussy.
For, number 1 on the list was you're allergic to Jacks.
We could talk 100 things about these moving on ceremonies, but Malden got a new superintendent. He goes by Doctor, whatever his last name is. He's like 6'8", fucking tall human, and he historically Malden's extremely diverse. He said welcome and good morning in 13 different languages before he said another word. Now English, Spanish, Creole, French, Portuguese. I'm all in on those. That's like majority of what Malden is.
Fuck off everyone else.
Why do you need to tell me good morning in German? And he's like, "V'gash, get the fuck at this," you know?
Good Morgan.
Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous. And I'm like, you know, when you say good morning in a different language, people in the crowd respond somewhat. He's saying these 7 other languages, and people, it's just fucking dead silence.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck.
Fucking hardo.
How long?
Get him
was-
out of here.
How long was your ceremony?
Little over an hour.
Oh, so better than
It
Brett's.
wasn't bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it was brutal, dude. And the guy who's the principal is like, he's gone next year. So he made this big speech at the end, like, buddy, just pack it up. You're done. Like, get the fuck out of here. Pack your bags. Go to fucking Concord, Carlisle, whatever fucking dumb school you're going to.
No one even
Get the
knows you.
fuck out. Yeah, nobody
Do you even
knows
go
you,
here?
Bill. Fucking loser. You want to look at his fucking Google search history. I'm not saying anything. He looked like a whatever. Anyways, we got a big golf match coming up this week, Fonz.
are you nervous
Date is
at
set.
all?
I'm not nervous at all. Are you nervous?
The confidence in Fonz right there. Are you nervous at all? It was crazy.
So I wasn't nervous, and then I started talking to other people about it, and they're like, "You don't think that it's weird that he gave you that many strokes, and you're only limited to double par?" And I'm like, "No," and they're like, "Have you ever seen him golf?" And I was like, "No," and they're like, "He's probably close to a scratch golfer."
No, that's not even close. I'm like a 12.
He's way better than
Us.
Now I don't know how you are. I haven't really.
I could not play well. Like that. That's like
100%.
That's what
but
I don't play. Like I've only played.
I'm
twice.
hoping that you have the worst round of your life, and I have the most average round of my life.
Yeah. So it's 15 strokes, and you get it's match play, which means like, so say you double par the first 2 holes, and I parred both of them. You're not out of it. Like that match play means, you know what match play is?
No,
This is a good sign for me. Match play means that we play hole by hole. So meaning that if I win the first 2, right?
yeah,
And I'd be up 2-0, right?
Okay.
If we push the third, I'm still up 2, right? So if we both have the same score with your net, your extra stroke. And then, so that like stops it from being like a bloodbath in case one of us is just fucking horrible. You know what I mean? I'm going to fucking hammer you out there mentally and on the golf course.
that's great.
Like,
And when I do have to come in dressed as a butler, you're not going to enjoy it.
I'm gonna love it.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
All right.
You were gonna see
No.
more of my skin than you.
I told you he's coming in like Chippendales. I knew it.
We're all about content here, so like these are gonna make some great reels. We'll do a couple skits that day.
So if it's match play hole by hole, do the strokes really even matter? Like the
yeah,
15?
because he's getting a stroke on 15 hardest holes.
Okay.
So like the only strokes the only holes at Mount Hood he probably won't get holes on is like that short par 3.
Yeah.
Which I never par anyways, so you're in good shape. And then like a couple of the short par 4s. So yeah, and by the way, there's we can give gimmies, but there's no gimmies, meaning like we're not playing like leather, like if you're within the leather of the club. I can't wait. I'm excited. It's Juneteenth. There's no way to celebrate that holiday like me playing Fonz. I'm sure that was what it was designed for.
So you've never even seen him like hit a ball?
No.
He takes 0 practice swings, which is the biggest mind fuck ever.
I also take 0 practice swings.
That might be
'Cause
might be worth
here's
its
the
weight
thing.
in gold right there.
If I'm swinging the club 150 times around, why would I
You're
waste?
sweating.
Why would I waste more on a practice swing?
Yeah, originally I was gonna make us both walk, but I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna take a cart. We're gonna be in separate carts because actually it would be worse for you if we're in the same cart. But
I thought that's what we were doing. Me and Danny were gonna tool around together.
actually, you know what? Maybe we will do that so you guys can film us like driving.
I'll bring my GoPro.
Fonz crying.
Is Bad Brain coming?
I don't know. Maybe I'll ask Al if they want to set up a. The thing there's like no middle of the day tea times, like after like 7. So I think we're playing at 6:48 a.m. Right?
Morning beers again.
Morning beers again.
Ho hum.
And I will be doing a couple of shotguns for sure that day. So we got some big.
Do you know what you're wearing, Fonz? Like, do you already have your outfit planned out?
Oh, of course. I have a very classy golf attire outfit. I have my shorts that I bought like 3 years ago that are way too big on me now, thanks to Brian. And then I have this.
What are they built for? A Honda Civic?
A moose, you know. And then I have this it's a blue polo, but it has like the pink Hawaiian flowers on it. Very classy. You know?
Okay, good. I want to make sure you look like classy
When you die.
So when I go golfing, I try and look as best I can. So when I walk up to the tee box, people are like, dude, this dude's gonna hit rockets, and then I slice it 20 yards. Into
I feel like I don't think anybody ever looks at you as like this guy's gonna hit rockets.
They're like, wow,
Is
that fucking Jason Bourne?
One time I was walking up and people were like, look at this fucking young John Daly over here. Because like fat as fuck walking up. And it's when I had the fucking long hair and it was coming out of the hat like that. And then, so there's 20 people just lined up along the road and they're all watching me. And they're like, this guy's about to blast it. And I go, all of you are in the danger zone. And when I said that, everyone fucking shifted down this way. And it was the one time that I hit a great tee shot.
Are you buying 20 people who are on the side of the road watching Fontana tee off?
It was at Sagamore in New Hampshire. That's it.
It's like when Tiger used to play and the gallery just follows him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you see Spieth almost killed someone yesterday?
Did he with the ball?
Yeah, dude. He hit it was an iron shot, and they're all lined up right down the right. And this dude in yellow, you can look it up on YouTube. This dude in yellow ducked just in time. The ball would have hit him right in the fucking head.
Yeah, I'm excited for this match. I can't wait. I love a good golf match, and it's gonna be a good time. So I can't wait. You get a mulligan, one mulligan on the first 9.
Okay.
All right. So if you want, whenever you want to take your breakfast ball, you can. You can't use it on a putt though. That's the only thing.
All right.
So you can use it on a wedge. You can use it on a
There's a lot of
driver. What
rules,
you want
Fitz.
to
You
do?
keeping notes?
Nope.
Listen, we all know what's gonna happen. He could give me 30 strokes, and it's my shots are never the same. Except there's always one rule that I always follow in golf. If you hit a great tee shot, like the best you can hit all day, you always have to follow it up with a horrible second shot.
Fonz's rules.
So,
I like this.
but here's my thing, right? So, like, your whole attitude has changed on this podcast, opposed to the past couple weeks where the unders have had it every single time. How did that happen?
I feel like you.
I think you're full of shit.
I feel like you're a creative mathematician.
Hold on. I give myself quite a few mulligans.
The unders have
The
it.
unders have
Just
it.
taking Al's material and just repurposing it. He's like AI. He's
Hold
just-
on. Al did take some of my material at one point when they were at the Brown Jug and reviewing martinis. Now they weren't espresso martinis, but I'm like, give me credit where it's due.
What was he doing?
They were doing.
Yeah, I was with
the
him.
It was a
porn style.
pistachio, right? Pistachio martini?
They did pistachio, and then they did like the porn star martini.
So wait, because you review martinis, he's taking your material?
1,000%.
Yeah, that's my
That's what he's
thing.
saying.
That's my. I called out the Boston Guido and
Oh, yeah, you
and
ended up on
Steve
there.
D'Amato, and dude. So did I tell you that they messaged me? And they're like, yo, what's all this coming on our post, talking all this smack? And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, these guys are actually mad that I did that.
Some of the best content
Had to
creators.
back up
Fonz is
quick.
just, then you took them out, right? You guys all did some espresso martinis?
Yeah, it was fun until we started dancing in the hallway of a bathroom 26 times. in
I
a row
wouldn't do
until we
that.
got the
I
right
would
shit.
not.
Yeah, you
Like-
said it took fucking like 57 tries to get that.
Dude, it was
Perfect.
horrible. It was horrible.
I mean, just learn how to dance. What you doing in one Jake?
They were lip syncing to the song too.
Yeah, people kept walking into the bathroom. I'm like, maybe we shouldn't do it in a popular traffic area.
I went out yesterday. Every year, it's the last day of school yesterday. Maggie goes out with her other teachers and they get cocked. Well deserved, by the way. Teachers should be able to do that. She brought one couple back here. We didn't do any swinging, but the guy, actually, he's been in here before, nice guy. And I found out the first time he was in here that I went to college with his younger sister. I graduated with her. St. Mike's a real small school. So freshman year, I meet this girl at a party. Really cute girl, really good personality. And I'm like, oh, I want to take this girl out. You know what I mean? So afterwards, I got her number. And I was like, should I call this girl? I remember there was this guy on my floor, D-Man. Should be stand for dummy. He's like, I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, he's like, no, you definitely should. You got to think positive. And I'm like, yeah, D-Man says I should do it, so I should definitely do it. So I called her, and she was like, yeah, definitely. I just got to let me figure out my schedule, and then I'll get back to you. And it turns out her schedule is slammed. Like, I mean, sometimes you're busy, you know what I mean? Like for forever, you know? Turns out
The
her
next 3
schedule
years of her life.
her schedule is so slammed that, and I gotta give it to her. I mean, listen, she had a lot going on, so never got time to squeeze in that date. She did get married at one point, so she found time to do that. But
It's surprising to me that D-Man's advice didn't work out.
well, yeah. I mean, last time I saw D-Man after that was at an Allman Brothers concert, and he was on like 19 bags of mushrooms, and he looked like fucking like the world was spinning around. I'm like, I took advice from this kid.
Yeah.
Like,
He
you know what I
really
mean?
is D-Man, right?
He is. Yeah. It stands for dummy.
Boy, Fonz.
You know?
There you go. That's some quick thinking on your feet. How's the espresso martini reviews coming? I feel like they haven't been coming that often.
So we went to Dreo in Salem,
Yep.
and this place I got tagged in this fucking place 1,000 times because they have a 42-ounce espresso martini, but then they also have espresso martini fights. So I was excited to go to this place. We get there, I couldn't get the big espresso because we didn't have enough people with us. I'm like, that's fucking
Bush League.
bullshit.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting a couple of flights and then a regular espresso. I'm still in the works of making the video. I have to do a voiceover on all of it. But let me tell you, like, this place is not getting a good review. It fucking
Let me say this too,
sucks.
by the way, as a man of action, like I am. By the way, Cinema Showcase has been on hiatus the last week and a half, but it is coming back. I want to say that. Me and Justin are retooling a little bit. Justin, for example, he goes out to lunch, and by like 2:00, he's got a voiceover video up.
He's a professional. I'm a piece
Well,
of shit.
you're not working right now.
Yeah.
You're going to fucking. You're going to fucking.
You were supposed to be our producer, and you sold us. Like,
You
you
used to
cynical as
keep the
salesman.
stats on the swears. You were a once great producer of this podcast, and you've just
And
kind
now
of
you're giving credit to Justin for being a professional, and you're just some schmuck.
Evan took over.
yeah.
All right. First off, like, let me say a few things about Ian there.
Who the hell's Ian?
That motherfucker has slacked on so much shit. Like, I can't even begin to count.
Like what?
There's
Like
been
what?
times
I don't
there's been
think-
times where there's been like an audio issue on the pod, and I'm the first person to text you and say, "Hey, there was
That
an
is
audio
true.
issue at this
That is
point,
true.
this point,
Yeah,
this
you do
point."
do
I was
that.
like, "Yeah, fuck Evan."
Evan's a
At
great
one point,
man.
we thought you stopped listening because you weren't texting us. That's true, huh?
I mean, you
No,
would
no,
think,
no,
you would
no.
think that when a guy
I
reaches
never
out to a professional nutritionist and exercise person and gets Fonz the right dose of health in his life that like he would support. You know what I mean? And he just stops having the clickers. He used to have 2 clickers all the time to keep the swears.
He couldn't handle 3
issue.
clickers.
The issue that's what it was. Is doing the 3 clickers was hard, and so I put 2 of them away. And then I was just gonna say, all right, I'm just gonna do one click of full
All the
swears
swears.
on the episode. And I was doing it for a while, and then that click of fucking would just like I would be clicking and driving because I listen to it when I'm driving, and then I didn't realize that they weren't registering. So like one time I drove to work, from work, got home, looked at it, and there was like five clicks that went through, and I'm like, all right, well, what the fuck? So
So you
do I have
just
to
quit.
listen- do I have to listen to this? No, well, it happened a couple of times, and I'm like,
Minor
I'm not-
inconvenience.
I'm not
derails
listening-
the
I'm
whole
not
thing.
listening to another-
He's like,
I'm
fuck
not
this
listening
clicker.
to another 2-hour episode to get these swears. And
Well,
then
See, now Evan has
Spiral.
gone back and listened
Twice.
twice.
Evan's
Started over from
Evan's
the
probably
beginning.
logged the most hours of listening.
100%. Yeah.
Because he was in an area that he couldn't get internet. So like all
So he
he
would
had was
just-
the downloaded
Whatever he
PPC
had
episodes.
downloaded.
Yeah, he's a great corker.
You probably don't even need 3 clickers. As everyone knows, I'm a man of God. I really
true.
don't. I hardly ever swear.
Yeah, the man of the Lord.
We probably don't need anyone anymore. We could probably just ask ChatGPT how many times we swore in
yeah,
fucking
you
100
could.
and something episodes.
They could. Yeah. Fuck ChatGPT. You know what I actually think? I think-
use it every day.
I do too.
For
You know
no
what?
reason.
I use it for work shit and it's good. But like, I think like what's going to happen with that is that people are going to thirst for like human contact. They do. They thirst for something real. Maybe younger generation won't, but our generation is going to be like, dude, I don't want to fucking listen to a fake Johnny Cash sing a song. Like, I want to listen to somebody real sing a song. You know what I mean? That's how I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to listen to like Bernard Cozy and no, it's Justin. You know what I mean? By the way, next week, looks like we have a very special guest coming on for his first debut.
Who's that, Brendan?
Nico.
Nice.
Nico Luisi. For all those that say we're not we're an anti-Italian podcast, we've had more Italians on this podcast
No shit.
than Irish recently.
We got one right now.
Yeah. And we got another guy who's going to come on. You know that guy, Backwoods Butcher? Have I showed you shit on
Yep.
TikTok? He's
Yep.
got a big TikTok following. He's friends with New England Dab.
He called in.
Yeah, he's got a voicemail this week.
Oh, nice.
I haven't listened to it yet. He's like, I really am interested to see what you guys think of this voicemail. So, but he put up a video the other day. It was like a throwback to last year. And it was fucking, he's like, got the boys with me today. And he's like walking. And one of the guys is that guy, Tommy Pope from Tyus, the other WAP.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I guess they went up there and they filmed a cooking show at his place.
Nice.
He's like, yeah, super nice guy. So he's coming on too. We haven't told him yet, but at some point he'll be coming on. So yeah. So also I had this idea for like a comedy bit that I was trying to work through. It was like how like your life in alcohol is like mirrors your life on the tee. Where like when you're a little kid, you go in once or twice, and then you're swinging on the things, and everything's fun and new. And then next thing you know, you're asleep on a bum shoulder, like on like a Tuesday at 4. And I was like running it by Will Noonan. He's like, I tried this bit. He's like, it doesn't work. He's like, we're both hacks. I was like, fuck. I'm like, it's already been fucking workshopped by a pro. Like obviously, and I'm never gonna do stand up. So I just like to think of these bits. How's your stand up coming?
So I haven't gone to an open mic in quite a while.
Like how many years?
Less than a year, probably.
Yeah.
So I took a long hiatus after COVID. I went like one time when bars opened back up, and I did.
You're like
really
Eddie
well.
Murphy. You hit the pinnacle and then you decide to hang it up.
No, I mean, like, it's tough because some open mics they start at fucking 9 o'clock, and driving into Cambridge or Boston to hit some random ass bar
For
where
4 minutes.
where there, 4 or 5 minutes where there's probably about 15 people there to say their fucking shit comedy, and then there's people there that are just trying to enjoy a couple.
And then
of
there's a
Bud
killer
Lights.
like you. Waiting to fucking just.
So-
The headliner.
So I went, and you know my buddy Ricky, right? Ricky Fedora.
Yeah.
So him, his wife, and a couple of our friends came, and I
his
went.
name's
up-
Ricky Fedora.
Yeah,
That's a fucking great name.
yeah,
But-
great name.
It's unbelievable. He's
Great porno,
he's
man.
also like 5'3". He's a funny prick though.
He's super funny. But they
Yeah.
came with me, and that night my material crushed. So like 5 people went up after me, all did horrible. They couldn't follow it, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And that was like the last real time I went up. I went up one other time, and I tried a new material, and it was basically based off of sucking dick. And I sucked dick so hard. I didn't get one laugh until there was some lady that was sitting at the bar, turned around with a disgusted face. And I was like, there's a lady over there that's just trying to enjoy her night hearing this fat fuck talking about sucking dick. I was like, I bet back in her day she had a little fucking dick sucking action going. Dude, it was so bad. And I was like, all right, well, I'm out of it. That was like that was probably
That was in Boston.
that was like 8 months ago. It was in Salem.
Wow.
And yeah, I just have
You know what though? Here's the thing. Like I probably played hundreds of open mics when I was first writing music. You got to do it. It's like the reps that you need. Like you get more comfortable. You get more comfortable being kind of like, because you're always gonna suck at first, kind of. You know what I mean? Like you don't really. Now it's like whatever. It's like I'm sure it's like if I go play a show, like I don't even think about it. Like I'm not even thinking about anything. It's just like what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean?
If only I had a guy I could reach out to about open mics.
I mean, listen,
specifically on Wednesdays in South Boston.
it's not an open mic.
Dude,
That's not like you're being called an open mic. That's probably why he's not getting you fucking signed
my
up.
first bit ever crushed. Like my first piece of material I had crushed, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Can you
like,
do it
let's
for
hear
us?
it.
Yeah, can
Yeah.
you do it?
Come on.
Come on.
You can't talk like
Yeah,
fucking.
you can't be like, I got
You
this
can't
crushing
be 50
material.
cents. I had the greatest album.
just
and then be
told
like,
you
you know
my
what?
fucking-
I haven't done it in a while, but so all right. When I first started plumbing, right?
I'm already laughing.
Yeah, it's a good joke. So this is just a story. I'm just going to tell you how this happened. So I was working for a company out of Marblehead who's no longer. In
All right, this is brought to you by Miss Guys.
Just do the bit.
All right. So I went out to a call. It was on the neck of Marblehead, which is where the richest of the rich people live. And there was like a few things going on. Like they wanted the faucet replaced. They wanted their new dishwasher installed, kitchen faucet. So I start in the kitchen. Now I'm finishing up, I'm going down the hall to the bathroom. I hear the fucking shower in the bathroom that I had to install this faucet running. So I'm like, okay. So I knocked on the door and I was like, oh, whenever you're done, like everything in the kitchen's done, I'm ready to install that faucet. I'll just go wait in the truck. And she goes, oh, wait. So she shuts the shower off. And she's like, no, that's fine. I'm done now. She's like, can you grab me a towel? It's in the linen closet across the hall. And I'm like, linen closet. So I open up this door. There's all the towels. I grab the towel and I'm trying to reach in and hand this lady the towel. And she's like, I don't want to walk across the floor and get it wet. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So I walked in, not looking at her, trying to be respectful, even though I wanted to look at it. She was an older broad, but she was hot. Handed the towel and she's like, why don't you just do the faucet now? Like, I'd rather you just get it done so you can get out of here. And I'm like, okay. So I go in, and the whole time I'm thinking, I was like, this is why I got into plumbing. Like, to get laid, like to go into an old lady's house, do a job, and she's just gonna sit on me when I'm under this faucet. So I'm fucking super excited. So I'm doing this faucet. She's just talking to me, toweling it off in front of me. And I'm like getting my little peeks in or whatever.
And here comes Chris Hansen with Catch a Predator.
So like we're talking. She's like, oh, you're so nice. Like you just make me feel so comfortable. And I was like, fuck yeah, like this is where it's gonna happen. I was like, oh, why? And she's like, you just like remind me of my brother. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, really? Huh? And she's like, yeah, he was gay too, and he just like he's full of so much love and joy. And I froze, and I was like, oh, haha, yeah, we're the best. And dude, like exactly like that, I threw the lisp on and everything. Dude, I finished this faucet in like 0.5 seconds. I'm like, all right, well, I'm all set here, thanks. And like, dude, and I just dipped out. And I went back and I was telling some of the guys back at the office about it. And I didn't even cross my mind, but they were like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, that was her test.
Yep.
She was trying to see if you were gay or not, and she was going to rock your world if you said,
All right,
I'm not gay.
you want me to tell you what I think of that bit?
Yeah.
I think I think you missed the fucking perfect ending. So she calls you gay, right? And you throw the lisp on. And then I went back to tell the guys about it, but it was hard to get it out without the guy's cock in my mouth. There you go. That's how you end a joke. It's called the punchline. That really happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
You should have been
The
like,
greatest-
oh, wow, you remind me of your brother. You should have been like, oh, you fuck
What's
your
his
brother?
address in the neck of Marblehead?
I don't fucking remember.
Just curious.
This was the first plumbing job I had, so we're talking back in 2014.
Yeah.
Oh, before you were like in the union?
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, you were.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Independent contractor?
Yeah, just non-union.
Non-union, yeah. Yeah, well, listen, I can't wait to hear it on a stage, but now we've heard it, so we don't have to hear it again, ever.
I got a great one about jerking guys off in a fight.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's save that for the stage.
That's on Patreon.
That's on Patreon. Yeah, we got a big day today. We had we did the show on Saturday morning last week, right?
Yeah.
And I had Ferg Fest on Sunday, right?
Oh, so it was
No,
Sunday.
we did it Sunday morning.
We did
it
Sunday
the day
morning.
after
That's right.
Fest,
And then I went to Ferg Fest, which was a great time. There was a guy there that was like, you guys have seen the video, but
Dancing Rick.
There's this guy. He's just watching me the entire time. He's got this white shirt on. It says Sex and Candy. This is an older gentleman. And I'm like, oh, this guy must really like fucking Springsteen, I guess. And
He was wearing all white.
he was wearing all white. And he comes up to me, and I'm like, I hate when people come up to me in general.
80s Joel.
No, yeah, I was expecting like, you know, like it's like they always want one song that you don't know. And he was like, can you play anything I can boogie to? And I'm like, what? I'm literally like, I go like this. I go, dude, I'm kind of like a depressing Irish singer-songwriter guy. I'm not really a boogie guy. Because there was this band playing after me, like Bucket Full of Cum or whatever they're called. And they like,
Checks out.
yeah, they are fucking, they're nasty, by the way.
Yeah.
Bucket Full of, what are they called?
Dirty old bucket.
Dirty old bucket of cum. They are fantastic. Like I'll say that I watched them for a while. They're great. But they're like a fun, like kind of
Jay Giles.
yeah, not even like they're kind of like a funky type of thing.
Yeah.
So that was why the guy was there, and so I'm like,
He was definitely boogieing to them. I saw
he
videos.
was going nuts. So the back of his shirt says "Dancing Rick," right? This guy's his own custom. I mean, just get Chris Hansen out there. Like, I mean, let's get this guy arrested.
We should have him on.
So I played Wagon Wheel.
No?
No.
No,
Okay.
I played Wagon Wheel, and I played Wagon Wheel, and this guy just was doing the most insane dance, and like he used to rock me baby like Wagon Wheel. He's pretending he's rocking a small baby, and I'm like, this is
Yeah.
the scariest thing I've ever seen in
Yeah.
my life.
That's the type you want on our
he's-
podcast.
he's
I would
coming.
immediately.
Luckily,
Pepper spray.
Paul O'Connor got
Immediately.
some is that his name? Paul
Yeah,
O'Connor, right?
yeah.
He got some video of it.
There was a lot of
and-
video of him.
Yeah, there was a lot of like content people there. Like that guy who's the real estate agent guy does the videos. You know what I'm talking about? Boston Realtor.
big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a big dude.
Yeah.
He is a big dude.
He does some decent angles because I had no idea
He was that big.
that he was that big, and he's a big guy.
Is he just
He's a big
is he
boy.
just a big human, or is he?
I think he's like a bowling
Large.
pin. I haven't seen
Okay.
him. He's
Yeah.
like a bowling pin, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, he's a great content creator. I'll just leave it at that.
We're having him on.
He
too.
was
right
yeah.
after Dancing Rick.
Yeah, no, he was
Danny-
great though. He was
Dancing
like,
Rick is coming in his white jean jorts.
I'm out. I'm out on this.
Coming in his
Oh.
jorts.
by the way, I gotta say this too, and I've got to do a video with it. So Harry's there, right, from Bella's. All the pillows were
Oh,
there.
fucking
That pick
They
was
took
sick.
it.
murderous row of fucking
Ted
beef.
Lundy, George, and
Yep.
Harry. So I'm talking to Harry as I do. You don't want to piss off Greek, like you just don't. Like they are like, you know, he's like, I got a bone to pick with you, and I'm like, I'm fucking serious. I'm like, what the fuck did I do to this guy?
Yeah.
He's like, I gave you a fucking Bella's hat, and I haven't seen it on your fucking head once. And I'm like, that is a true statement. Now I wear it all the time. I just haven't worn it on the show. And I usually wear a hat backwards, so you wouldn't see it anyways. But needless to say, I'll be doing some videos with a Bella's hat.
I thought this was going to be a great reveal where you fucking spun the
I
hat.
thought
And it was
so
a
too.
Bella's hat.
No, and now I'm in more trouble. than
I
was
know.
in
It's
You
before.
are.
it's just a classic,
Exile from 1211 Osgood.
classic P hat.
Yeah, it's just a fucking Puma hat. Anyways, that was a
Thank you.
great day. That was a great event. Lots of people there. A lot of people had stuff going on. It is a tough time of the year. It's all sports and shit. So like
Yeah.
Billy wasn't there. Matt West just had a kid, right?
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I said this in the Patreon page, but I was planning on getting the shirts out last week, but literally my daughter tore meniscus, had to go to the hospital, then I had to get MRIs, then Tommy had to get his fucking, I had to take him parallel parking every single fucking night. Got in the car for the test. He was fucking nervous as fuck because he
Of
failed
course,
twice,
yeah.
right? So we were doing, he's like, these are the streets in Revere that they take you down. So we parallel parked and he was doing good. Guy goes completely different direction once we start going different streets. But I said to the guy, I go, hey, you must be kind of like an old grizzled vet. And I was like, this must be new for you. And he's like, come again? And I'm like, you know, driving in the sunshine, you know? And he's like, oh yeah, that's about to sucked. And I'm like, that's how you break down the fucking wall. You know what I mean? That's how
You
you
were in the
fucking
car?
grease. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I thought you had to have, because it was my dad's car, because you need the e-brake in the middle.
Yeah.
So I thought he had to be there, but it turns out that I could take, as long as you just have proof of registration, you can take somebody else's car.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, yeah, he got his license and that happened. So let's do a couple ads. Misguided Spirits. We'll do Benchcraft first. Now you're too late if you listen to this today because Father's Day's on Sunday, but American Benchcraft. I talked to Chris Angelini on the phone the other night for like 20 minutes and he was like, tell Danny I'm fucking chuffed that basically that you fucking said that he's a great sender of reels.
Guy throws the best reels and top 5 of my friends like that throws good reels on me on Instagram.
Yeah.
I gotta follow him.
Great company, great people. Benchcraft on Instagram, AmericanBenchcraft.com, ledgers, everything. And you can use the code Corker for 20% off. Misguided Spirits. I mean, it's the best booze in the business. If you go to Buckaloo's in Melrose, you can get it there. You can also order off their website, misguidedspirits.com. You can follow Big Bad James, Popa Party on Instagram. Guy lives a life like nobody else. He's just partying constantly. Superior partier. There's not a lot of people that I'm like, he's got a fucking level of partying that I don't have. He has a gear that I don't have. He's got a gear that I don't have. Probably because he could just keep his shit together. You want to do Bella's? We were just there, so.
Yeah, Bella's 1211 Osgood Street, North Andover. As you said, all the boys were at Ferg Fest or whatever they call it, Beefs and Brews, some fucking
whatever
dumb
it was.
thing he said.
Yeah.
Harry was there, big swinging dick. Still the champ, holding it down for another year. BellasNA.com, as we know, it stands for North Andover, not Narcotics Anonymous. Get up there, get your beefs, get your tap water, get whatever. Everything in there, place is fucking lights out.
Yeah, by the way, you know what sucks this summer? There's no good concerts coming, really. Like, usually, like I like to go to a few concerts. There's nothing coming.
Do you know
I
what's
am going to Morgan Wallen, though, and I am going to Will Noonan's barbecue before. So I can get anybody they want on Capo if they need to get up.
That's awesome. That's actually a good thing to have, you know? I love a Patreon.
I got the
like
connect.
that.
I got the connect. Maggie last night was like, she was on her phone with her friend Michelle. She's like, who the fuck are you texting? I'm like, New England Dad, Will Noonan. Who else? But yeah, so there's nothing coming, but me and Tommy are going to go see Stavros in fucking December. He said,
Oh, that's
Oh,
sick.
nice.
yeah. You know what's funny? Like, Stavros is great. Like, when I went and got the Shane tickets, it was like $400. I can't remember what I paid. It was like fucking so expensive. Stavros ticket like $50.
Yeah.
It's great.
I sent you guys that reel where he was with the
Yes.
chick that plays his wife
Yeah.
on the show, and I was dying. Did you see that?
I haven't seen it.
So he's sitting there and they're on a podcast together, and she's like a severe looking woman,
Yeah.
right?
Weathered.
Yeah, and he's like, you remind me of a Greek wartime propaganda poster, and it was like Bubulina.
Yeah.
And she goes, I don't know who Bubulina is. They put the picture up, and she was like, holy shit, that's me. And it was from like the fucking 1800s. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, she's like mostly Bulgarian,
Yeah.
and she
some
has
Greek.
the worst hair I've ever seen on a woman.
She's got like a mullet.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
but
and
it just works out for her because she's a comedian.
She's hilarious.
Yeah,
and
she's so funny.
she's great in the show.
I saw a reel came up on my TikTok with the girl who plays the love interest of Shane.
Yep.
And it was kind of funny. And then I went into her TikTok and she is insufferably annoying. Like
Yeah,
her
she
reels
seems like
are
it.
fucking annoying as fuck. And they're always with her boyfriend. And I'm like, this guy, like, he must just be like, when's this over? Like, when is this part of my life over? You know what I mean? So
it's weird though too, because early in the show, you're like, oh, this chick's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you're like, fuck this chick.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the best
It's all
part.
because we love Shane.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. He's
It's like
the best.
Monica from the Yellowstone. She was hot and then she stunk.
Yeah.
She's still hot.
She was a twig.
I
She was
was
never.
when I got up this morning.
She was
I
absolutely
over at 4:30. I was just spinning through reels, and there was one of him and McCusker from their podcast. He's talking about his dad joining the Elks. His dad got Rookie of the Year at like 60 years old, and he's like, yeah, all my friends are joining. It's pretty sick, dude. He's like, fucking 50-cent fucking beers. You know what I mean? He's like, fucking awesome. I'm like,
McCusker
I'm
cracks
like-
me up,
I'm
dude.
like, it is fucking awesome. Like, it's like the IA. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like the fucking best. Be there tonight.
Yes,
The
sir.
IA tonight. Can't wait. And. Yeah, so the other thing that sucks is that obviously Tess can't work now because she's got like, so I'm out $3,500 basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's gonna have to work for me this summer doing some shit. I was thinking about this the other day, like speaking of that girl that I asked out. I asked so many girls out and got turned down like throughout my life. Like that's just part of life when you're growing up without the internet, right? You have to ask girls out to their face and sometimes they say no, you know? I think that's why like in sales, like I have no fear of calling anybody like at all. And I don't care if I get said no to because I'm like, that's just part of life. You know what I mean? I think today it's like kids just work on text so much. Like whenever you get like here, like that's the biggest problem with salespeople. They're always texting. It's like, don't text, talk to the person. Like, cause you can't tell shit from text. You can't get contacts from text. You know what I mean? Like when Fitzy texts me, he's like, send me the Patreon. I'm like, I picture Fitzy yelling at me.
Screaming, right?
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do
With
too.
a clenched fist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send
Send
it
me
to
the
me now.
fucking Patreon.
I'm done with the regular episode, you fuck. Hurry up.
Key and Peele has a great skit on that. Like when you read shit from a text, like, sure, you don't care. And the kid's like, yeah,
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care. It's
Sounds
like,
good.
It's like, fucking come over here and fight. And he's like, yeah, whatever.
You know what cracks me up is that back in COVID, I've told this story, but like when I bought the axe, I wanted to get like my gun license because I was convinced that like I was going to be like raided by angry black people, and of course that would help me. You know what I mean? Well, listen, that's what was happening, and woke white people. You know what I mean? Like one or the other. That was my whole theory on the Black Lives Matter signs for the white people. Was that was their way of being like, don't rob my house. You know what I mean? Don't burn this place down.
I still think that's the case.
I still think it is too. But where was I going with this? Not veiled racism. It was yeah. So, anyways, this guy does a firearms course down in Melrose. It's Bill's, but it's Bill's martial arts, right? Bill, the sensei, you know, like all the great senseis. Like I don't like, and now like now I'm on his email list, right? So I get all the karate emails, right? So I've always said this. I was obsessed with karate before I fucking probably popped my first boner. I was like, all I wanted to do was like karate, but I never took karate.
You said historically you wanted to be a ninja.
Yeah, and my father was like, you know, karate's for pussies, and like I'm like, that's a perfect fit because I'm a pussy. That was just my dad's way of saying like I don't want to pay for
I'm not
this.
paying for karate.
Yeah.
Scam.
But like one came out today was like the guy's like the day my daughter picked screens over karate, and it's called, the name of the article is Digital Discipline. And I was just dying laughing. I'm like, digital discipline. Like every sensei named Bill, I picture look like Wade Boggs. You know what I mean? Like they got a mustache. Like they're fucking like, it's like if I want to learn karate, I want to learn from some dude like that's playing marbles like in his spare time. You know what I mean? Like that's the guy I want to learn from.
Get your foot up.
Yeah.
Mr.
I want to learn
Miyagi.
from Bill. You know what I mean?
You want
Bill.
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, I don't want to learn.
You don't want some guy wearing Zubaz.
No. You want, exactly. You don't want the guy with his hair ponytail. Like, I don't want the guy who looks like Mike Wendt. A lot of like senseis look like Mike Wendt, I feel like. You know what I mean? No shame to Mike Wendt, but
No,
he doesn't look like a sensei.
Huge rack.
Yeah.
I had I said it on Bad Brain about my sensei was this 5-foot white woman with blonde hair. Like, what a letdown. You want fucking Mr. Miyagi or Bruce Lee, and here comes a fucking substitute teacher. And she's about to teach you the arts of martial, you know?
Yeah. I mean, martial arts, I just thought there was going to be so much martial arts in my life. Like, I really was like, man, I'm just going to be. And then you
really need to buy these
then the
ninja
next
stars.
thing, then once you just find women or men, whoever you're into, you're just like, I just need that. That's all your pursuit. So my pursuit of the martial arts was replaced by the pursuit of like female, you know.
Poon.
Yeah. The first time, I remember the time I think I've told this maybe a long time ago, with the third or fourth date me and Matt, you and I were at the beer garden in Southie that used to be there, and I was like, I said to her, I was like, I watch porno and I gamble, and so I'm not giving those things up. Like, I'm not giving those things up.
I'm
like,
a yellow
you know what I mean?
belt.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't. Yeah, and I'm into karate, but like amateur karate, self-taught. You know what I mean? A lot of self-taught karate. You know, I mean, somebody had to teach themselves at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's how the new Karate Kid with Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
He was trying to teach himself. Actually, the original Karate Kid, it was the same thing. He was trying to teach himself with like a video.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
What's that get you? You know what I mean? By the way, Karate
No,
Kid original
he-
came on the other day, and it's fucking, that movie's still fucking awesome. It was
So
just the
awesome.
scene at the dance when Mr. Miyagi jumps off the thing. I mean, listen, the end of that movie when he fucking pulls his fist back and he's like,
Yeah.
we don't teach, there's no mercy in this dojo, and then he fucking honks his nose. Fucking, I'm welling up now talking about it. Like, that movie was the fucking balls. There was just a lot of karate going on back in the day. You know what I mean? And
Mostly
Kung Fu.
in California only.
Yeah, I felt like, yeah.
It was a huge fucking presence of martial arts only in California.
dude, that
That movie has it all. Classism,
Still,
like
yeah.
when he goes to pick her up and he's like, we live over in like Reseda. And he's like, the dad's like, you're a fucking poor person. You know what I mean? He's like, but I'm a karate kid, you know? So, and by the way, he stunk at karate.
it was hard. That's that movie. It's so funny because like he had so much confidence being from Jersey and watching his karate videos that he could kick anyone's ass until he met someone that actually knew how to fight.
Yeah, until Billy
That's
Zabka fucking
that's
took him to the
perfect
fucking
example is
showers.
Everyone knows how to fight until you get punched in the face.
It's true. Yeah, that's right.
Did you think of that of yourself, or was that Mike Tyson?
Well, obviously that's a Mike Tyson
Yeah,
quote. But
unders have
fucking,
it.
like,
you know what I mean? The unders have it.
Jesus
All right, so
Christ.
let me ask you a question because I am giving you double pop. What do you think your score is going to be for 18 holes? Over, under, line, set it. I'll tell you my over, under, I'm going to set it 93.
All right. Fuck. So I was thinking I'm probably going to shoot around like a 115.
Okay.
So I need to do a little bit better than that.
Yeah, I mean, I can shoot 99. I can shoot 100. It can happen.
I had you at 118.
Yeah. So my best round of golf ever with a couple of mulligans was was a 98.
Okay.
One time ever. And that's because I was hitting every single putt. My worst round ever was like like a 148
Okay.
with a couple of mulligans.
Let's hope that's let's hope that's what we got.
148 is my average.
Yeah.
Our average.
Me and you should play legit and play each other for something. What do you want to put on it?
Ooh, wait,
know,
can
dude.
I do the
I'm
stipulation?
not doing
on
mail
that?
again.
No,
You don't
I
have
have
to
a
do
better
mail.
one.
I was thinking something like
Like a 12
gentlemen's,
pack or
like
something.
like a lunch,
Like,
like a
hot dog?
beef.
Yeah, I'm in.
Loser has to get the Declaration of Independence tattooed on them.
The declaration.
What are you?
Or the
Just
declaration.
stop talking.
I'm
Declaration.
Fonz, I'm inspired to be like you. I inspire to be like you.
Like what? What made you think that we were just going to get a back piece of the Declaration of Independence? Like was that something that you were going to do on stage?
Don't suck at golf. No. It's,
Or cock.
My back's already covered.
is it?
Yeah.
He's got Union Square tatted on his back.
All right, I have a question about your back. All right, so you have
Dirty hands, clean money. That's what I have on my back.
You have a dick in your ass and a knife in your back. Which one are you pulling out first?
The knife.
You're just gonna leave the dick in there?
Well, I mean, I think you would lunge forward, thus
Got 'em.
dislodging the dick. You know what I mean?
I guess.
I'm assuming if you have the dick in your ass, first of all, if you have a dick and a knife in your back, you're probably being
It's a
held
bad day.
captive.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know what I
bad
mean?
day.
Like you're probably tied to a radiator somewhere, like in somebody's
Anyone
basement.
that knows human anatomy would not pull the knife out, Brendan. Come on. You're going to bleed out. If it hit something vital,
Yeah.
you're fucked. So pull the dick out.
But it feels so good. Some people like pain. You know what I mean? Some people like pain.
Fonz, we like to play this game on the show. You might have heard of it. It's called Marry, Fuck, Kill. In today's episode, we're going to use us. So you have to answer. You're married, so
Okay.
your
Yeah.
masculinity's out the window right now. Marry, fuck, kill. Fitzy, Gilly.
The only person
or
that ever
Brendan.
questioned your masculinity is that woman.
Yeah.
She's like, you're
All
this
right.
one of a gay
So-
brother.
It's tough. The who would give me the most love? I would say is Danny. So I want to marry Danny.
I'm in. Let's go.
I already know the answer.
We could just go to a fuck. We can go to a bunch of dog parties, dude. I'm fired
Yeah.
up. Let's go to Casper's fucking 5th birthday.
And
I
both like going out to eat?
I really hope you kill me.
well, you know that's not happening.
It ain't happening.
You know that we're prison partners for life. I'm gonna have to kill Brennan.
This is the one thing I'd be
which is
like,
gonna suck.
awesome. Like when somebody's like, you're about to die, I'd be like, this is a good death. You know what I mean? It's like a warrior's death.
Best case scenario.
Yeah.
It's like that guy with the noose around his nest first time. You're just smiling, dying.
Yeah.
You hear that, and then the people that are involved are like, marry or kill, marry or kill, marry or kill.
All right, I'll give you another one. You ready?
Yeah.
Fuck, marry, kill. All right, you ready? Your brother, your mother, and your dad.
Oh, Jesus.
What do you think is worse? You don't have to answer that question.
Oh, thank God.
What do you think is worse? Like, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there. My father listens to this podcast.
Save it for Patreon.
Save it for Patreon. Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, yeah. So, we got a big weekend here. I got 2 parties today.
Where's the first one? The first one?
First one's my buddy Mark. You met Mark. He's the original Karate Kid, the real deal.
Oh,
The one who
yeah.
got trained
Yeah.
by the fucking sensei out behind Mother's Pizza.
Yeah.
Kid will break your arms.
Bring 'em.
One of the best dudes.
I'll bring fucking boards. You can do a nice little showdown at my daughter's party.
I could take
By
it.
the way, I was picturing like when Sensei Bill's daughter had their iPad out, that he just like does the karate chop and like fucking smashes it in 2 pieces.
It'd be sick.
That would be great. Yeah, I got that. That's just down the street, and then I'm going over to Ziana's. So
Sweet.
I'm excited for that. Tess is like, you don't have to get a card because Danny doesn't do cards either. She goes,
definitely didn't put-
awesome. That's great news. Thanks. This is tight quarters in here. That's great. Spectacular.
Dude, my
Starting to
dog woke us up at 3:30 this morning, jumping on me.
And you just
Then-
been
I've been up since
bear
3:30.
pitting ever
Yeah.
since then?
Well, dude, like, and then I couldn't go back to bed. I was just walking around the house, and then it was 6 o'clock, and I'm like, I guess I should just leave now. Fucking wiping up puke at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, and
So no deodorant and then a stench of puke.
Yeah.
I washed my hands after the fucking puke.
Maybe.
By the way, I saw
buying that?
also while I was scrolling the internet
He's
this
a
morning.
plumber. He's clean.
Yeah. While I was scrolling the internet this morning, 2 people just died on Mount Katahdin. father and daughter, like they were up there. It was like 30 degrees, fucking snowing. What the fuck are these people doing? Like I said,
no sense to me.
it's for dumb people. You know what I mean? No offense to Mohan, he's not dumb, but it's like, why do something that you got a way better chance of dying? You know what I mean? Like you're increasing your chance of death.
I've had this take the whole time. People go bungee jumping and fucking skydiving.
Yeah,
I'm not doing any of that.
no.
Because you're relying on someone checking that fucking elastic that's holding you up. It's gonna snap you back, or someone packing your chute. I'm not trusting anyone.
I mean, isn't the same as like an airplane though? They check an airplane before you take off.
Yeah, but
That could be some guy just fucking listening to pulling the cork, and he's like, "Wow, that was a funny joke," and the fucking brakes missing.
he's like duct taping wings to the plane.
Dude, you know what I mean? Like,
I have this scale that I live by, and it's
a big
it's
one.
It's an industrial
it's
size.
a high risk,
Gotta use a scale that they weigh the whales with.
high risk, low reward scale, and I go off of. So if I'm gonna do something and it's high risk and there's no reward after, it's very low, I'm just not gonna fucking do that.
Yeah, so
Like, it's like
getting on a plane to go to
skiing.
Aruba,
Yep.
the reward is big.
Yeah.
You're in Aruba, you're on fucking
you.
white sand beaches, it's fucking sick. There's a Dunkin' Donuts
Tussie.
there.
Tussie.
There's Tussie there.
How are paper towels in Aruba?
Good, dude. They dry up quick.
But it's like skiing
Nice.
or snowboarding. I'm sure it's fun, but like the risk of falling down and snapping your leg, and then you're out of work for fucking 8 months.
I hate
and-
skiing. I think that
Fucking
I think it's like one of those things that's just like that makes white people look even dumber than we are. You know what I mean? It's
You
like,
said
what
that
are
on
we
a very,
doing?
very early episode.
Yeah,
How much you hated
it's
skiing.
just like a dumb thing.
So I've skied, and I can ski, but I don't ski. I can't ski anymore. You know why? Because hockey takes up all of my life during the
Yeah.
winter, so I can't go. So there's a family
parking
that,
lot beers.
yeah, parking lot beers are better than snapping your neck on a tree.
Yeah.
because,
It
there's a
happens every
family-
year, dude.
Every
some,
year
some
someone
kid
dies.
from like Concord will get fucking
Yeah.
dieseled into a fucking pine tree and dies. They're like,
There's a family that the daughters play softball with my daughter, and their kid. You ever see a kid with like a stocky lower body, and you're like, that kid was built to skate,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
That's what I think when I see Fonz.
Yeah.
I think this kid was built for
pure
the ice.
athlete,
I
right?
was a goalie.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played my senior year. It was the first time I ever played hockey. I'm dead serious.
You being a goalie makes sense.
Goldberg.
Yeah. So this kid is like looks like a hockey player. He's like 6 years old, but he looks like a hockey player. So every time I see him, I know they're big skiers.
Yeah.
They're not giving up skiing to play hockey.
Sure.
So every time I see him, I go to the father and I'm like, dude, that kid's built for hockey. You got to get him on skates. He's like, I'm not doing it, Fitz. We ski every weekend. We
Yeah.
go away for long weekends all through the winter, up to the mountains. And
You'll get
everything."
him.
Yeah. So
You got to
so-
talk to the kid.
So we were the other day,
Yeah.
Thursday night, we're at softball. Graham is his name. He comes walking up.
Sick name.
I'm like, Graham, go tell your dad you want to play hockey. He goes, what? 6. I go tell your dad you want to play hockey.
You
He goes, I'm not doing that.
I don't like Graham anymore.
I'm like, all right, Graham, see you later.
Yeah. Peace out.
Pound
Have a
sand,
nice
Graham.
life. All right, let's do Marry, Fuck, Kill Graham. Andrew Fontana, Danny Gillis, Matthew Fitzmaurice.
Fitz, how many goals did you give up senior year?
So
Fonz.
Fonz.
Oh, sorry.
I don't.
4 letters starts with F. Ends with a Z.
So
Fuck off.
Hold on. I made.
Let's just remember, Danny, you're the one who opened up this can of worms. So
Yeah.
I just
So
leaned back in my chair. I'm
I
like,
didn't let up a single goal.
All right.
Hold on.
You're right. I
Patrick
apologize.
grew
I
wild,
apologize.
I played like a total of 12 minutes, maybe 18 minutes.
So you didn't stop.
And I didn't stop.
I like how you went from 12 to 18.
I love
were
how you said that you
maybe
played
12, maybe
hockey.
18.
Close.
So, all right. So,
Next
what
challenge
had
is Connor
happened was-
trying to score on Fonz.
there was a
Get Fonz on
junior,
the
there was a
ice.
junior and a
Yes.
sophomore on the team that were goalies. Both of them, the junior got suspended for half the season for getting caught smoking pot in the bathroom, and then the sophomore goalie, which was a starter, got suspended because he threw a pizza at the vice principal. So they were out for half the year. Then some of the kids on the hockey team came up and they're like, "Hey, you played street hockey with us."
I feel like this is
Why
like
don't you-
just like you taking the unders. This was Nolan Baker's story, basically, from when he was on. Like that, that he had to join the team because this is like
Dude, you know,
next thing you know, it's
100%
gonna be
funny.
like
What's
he's gonna be
funny
like I was
is
living in
I
Revere
kinda
and there was
related
this
to that a little
there was
bit.
this Asian guy like who had all these cars and he like helped me learn karate. Like that's gonna be the next story.
But,
on Fonz.
no, I
Played marbles.
yeah.
So I tried out, and then a freshman goalie had tried out too. we both made the team.
How many fucking goalies does a high school team need?
So
17.
There
Jesus Christ.
were 4, but only 2 of us were fucking active. Because the other 2 were suspended.
For the whole year?
For half the year. So then I was going to ride in the bleachers after the half year. So we thought. So anyways, this freshman started the whole year. And then the sophomore and junior came back. They played 1 fucking game. And I'm sitting in the bleachers. And then the next week, the sophomore got suspended again. So he missed the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So now it's me, the freshman.
The story is so boring.
You could have just said you let up no goals and we would have called you a liar, which I still don't believe.
I swear to God.
All right, I got an idea. Mohan is also a goalie.
Mohan is an actual goalie.
Mohan is a goalie. So each of you in 1 goal. We got some great hockey
Jay
players.
Hurley throwing
Mohan,
snapshots.
Oh yeah, Jay Hurley.
Mohan
shoot.
has recently
done.
been on ice. I haven't been on ice since high school.
We don't need you on ice. There's a fucking a street hockey rink right in Malden, Linden Park. You're familiar with it. We'll get you down there.
I mean, I want to.
Jay Hurley with
We
a
need
fucking.
skates.
He needs skates.
We need ice.
Where are we gonna get ice?
We'll get it.
We can rent ice for $100.
Yeah. All he needs is an hour.
All right.
Yeah,
Fine.
$100.
You got to get skates. We'll take you to play it against sports. We'll buy you skates.
My
Probably
favorite.
still have my equipment at my parents' house.
You know what's gonna happen?
My favorite-
Can I make a prediction right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Craig Richards is gonna text one of us and say, "I can get you the ice."
Yeah.
I will guarantee
Yeah.
it.
All right, so 20 shots on goal. I said I think you
I'm
are
gonna
gonna.
I'm gonna bring my cousin too.
Okay,
He's got a fucking rocket.
awesome.
Yes.
How do you feel about this challenge?
Horrible.
Do you still have hockey equipment?
I might. I don't know. I have to go to my parents' house and look.
My
I
favorite.
might have given it away.
My favorite Fonz goalie hockey story is when he was sitting in the bleachers, right? And those 2 kids, all of a sudden, the drug test came back like mid-game. And so Doug Mirabelli was in net. And all of a sudden, his drug test failed.
Yeah.
Like in the first period. So Doug Mirabelli is off the ice now. And then they were like, we need to call Fonz Veritek. He's down in Florida, but we get him on a plane. He's got to come to catch Tim Wakefield's knuckle puck.
And then all
That,
this
and then Fonz fucking saved
Enter
the game.
Sandman
Yeah.
comes on.
And they won. It was my favorite Fonz.
Very nice.
It was my favorite Fonz story I've ever heard.
That's great.
Yeah.
Fonz, if
Great.
we can't find your equipment because it's probably gone, I think what we should be able to do is just take duct tape and duct tape like couch cushions to you.
Yeah.
That should be like what
In
you
the
use.
globe.
Yeah, in the globe. Yeah, a bunch of papers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that if you catch a fastball from Danny's cousin.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. You're the one who said you're a goalie.
All right.
That's a fair point.
Okay. Yeah,
I never
you're
said
right,
I'm a
you're right.
catcher.
Who not only a goalie who gave up 0 goals.
I didn't play long enough.
Well, you can't
So
stop
hold on.
with that.
What do you
Yeah,
think
you're
your
right.
best? Let me ask you this: what's your best like if you were going to like a hand-eye thing, like a game, like that like is a drinking game, right? So it could be like
I
beer
was
pong,
thinking like whack
beer pong, cornhole, whatever. Like, what's your best?
Oh, Can Jam.
You're a good can jam player.
Nasty at Can
Can you
Jam.
stop?
Okay.
Dude, I got the...
My partner is a Division I quarterback trying to go to the NFL, and we are undefeated.
All right, I'll play with Fonz and can jam, but I get to
me-
yell at you if you suck.
Me and Jake Wilcox are gonna murder you two.
Look at all the challenges you have coming up.
Are we
Golf.
gonna play? Are we gonna
This
play?
is the Fonz
Hold
Olympics.
on. Are we playing big boy rules?
What's the difference?
Okay.
Enlighten me.
Big
Well,
boy
if you're
rules.
playing, we're definitely playing big boy rules.
Big
Go ahead.
boy rules is if you hit it and the can knocks over, it's -1 point. If you ever hit exactly 11, you go back down to 0.
That
And
sounds
then-
like gay
And then
rules.
all the other rules like that go with it.
Those are gay plumber rules.
Those are great rules. Do
His
you know how
plumber rules,
do you know
dude.
how often the can gets knocked over or you hit 11?
Yeah, but those aren't the rules of can jam.
Dude, that's never happened to me because I hit slots on the first throw every single time.
Wow.
How about the confidence in this guy?
that's no, you don't. See you on the 4th of July weekend. Fucking Frisbee. I'm bringing up Can Jam just so I can see it.
All right, we'll play. Me and you will play Danny and Jake Wilcox.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet we are not going to win. That's what I would guess.
When I say for hours, we won. I was like, this is where I excel is backyard games,
Okay.
and specifically can jam, not cornhole.
I'm down for this.
You're going to die.
Okay. How's your beer pong game?
Week.
That's the first admission I've heard of.
Without a doubt.
You must be bad. Flip cup.
Flip cup.
Pretty bad. Decent at Flip Cup.
Yeah. Flip cup's hard. I don't like flip cup that much.
What's the one on a stick? Polish horseshoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, hippie horseshoes, Polish
I've never
horseshoes.
played it.
It's awesome.
Oh,
That's
that
a great.
game's-
That's a great
that
game.
game's
You ever
great.
play Charlestown horseshoes? The one with the it's washes. You play washes?
Yeah.
Washes is great.
We
It's a good
still
game.
play that.
Yeah, it's a
Charleston
good game.
horseshoes,
Yeah.
where you just get stuck up.
One of my fantasy leagues last year, the draft order was
They just say one of your
determined,
fantasies.
it was determined by like an obstacle course. So you had to start out by doing a bear pong bounce into a cup, then flip 3 flip cups, run down the stairs, do cornhole. You had to get 3 points in cornhole.
You came in dead last in this.
No,
right?
I came in second place actually by like 10 seconds.
Holy shit!
Throw the because I'm good at the task.
I thought it was
Throw the
because you
throw
it
the
was
frisbee and
Special
hit the
Olympics.
can, and then the last was like get the football and throw it through the tire. It just so happened that I was able to hit like everything perfect except for the cornhole.
You are the
Like,
most
I had to
Let me ask you a
interesting
question.
person
Let me-
I've ever met.
Let me ask you a question. Now I know that you're obviously we'll do the success lift out in a minute, but I know that you're we're watching you weight right now, right? Trying to bring it down. But if you had to go to Bella's, how many junior beefs do you think you could eat from Bella's like in a row?
Oh, God, I don't even.
Now this he's good at.
This I believe.
I'm gonna say 4, but I could probably do more.
Yeah, I think you could.
Could you do the professor?
I think I definitely could.
Well,
I think, and here's the
Mohan
thing.
did it.
I think I could do the professor, and I think I could absolutely take the time title. The issue is,
Dude, it's like a minute.
No, it's 257. I
the
think.
issue is,
Is it?
like,
Yeah, because
That's fast.
because my buddy.
I just don't think that I don't think I should do that. Like I think that that's something that I'm gonna.
You don't think so?
I don't think I should.
5 juniors is fine, but the professor is out of the
I
question.
also
You
wouldn't,
would-
I said I could possibly do it. I said I wouldn't do it.
You know it's going to be great
Again.
when we have him on the podcast next week. Is you ever hear Nico's Nico's McDonald's order
No.
that he used to get? It's fucking insane. Nico can eat.
Dude, Nico's content is so fucking fun.
Yeah.
Did you see the chicken strips one?
Yeah.
And he's like, "What the fuck is this?"
What else?
And then he open mouth like shoved half.
He's been eating those cookies every day. What are they? The elf
And Fonz
cookies?
just goes,
They're like the Keebler elf cookies.
I look at his story all the time. I feel like his reels don't come up for me.
It's usually on the stories.
No, I think it's I look at his stories.
You got to hit his bell notification.
Okay.
The best is that he does say that he doesn't like drinking whenever he's on the show, and like every video, he's got like a fucking porn star martini in his hand. He's like, "Yo!"
I'm so
His
upset
own
that
vibes.
he hates my guts.
Well, I mean, hey, listen, I think we can mend that fence at some point.
oh, without a doubt.
Let's do Ben Franklin Print Company. BenFranklinPrintCo.com. Go check them out. You can get your shirts, all that shit made there. We got all the PTC stuff gets made there. Fonz, take some koozies when you leave. We got millions of them. They do our koozies. They do everything. They do great design jobs. They did Josh's Garage t-shirts, sweatshirts rather. Talk to Joe. So just go there and just send them an email if you want to get something. They'll design it for you. They can do it all. The success lift. I mean, listen. Look at the success we've all had. You know what I mean? Like it speaks for itself. If Brian doesn't know what he's talking about, if you want to join the group, if you're in Patreon, it's like $100 a month, and like we're all in there, and like everybody's doing good. My steps have been going up, and Danny's been getting jacked. Everybody's fucking doing well. It's a great little group. We got some people in there, and it keeps you accountable. And you will, like I always say, like would you pay $500 if in 5 months you are like looking like Dustin Fan and ripped right now? Well, Bob C. Bob C.
Shredded.
6 months, he's fucking jacked.
Shredded.
So, Fonz, you leaving?
I just got to take.
Okay.
No, I'm going home.
All right. See you later.
That'd be sick if you did that.
Yeah. So, we got voicemails coming up. Once Fonz gets back in here, we'll do voicemails. He was rude to leave.
Did you do Teco?
Tedco. TedcoCM.com. A better construction process. They are currently building out Fitzy's extension on his house. That's what they say in Ireland, by the way. Put an extension on.
Addition.
In addition, Danny was over there working on it. Yeah, it's going good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all construction projects come with their own problems, you know. It's just part of the process. But they'll give you a free estimate. And
What'd you think of the room?
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice.
yeah,
Love
Coming
it.
out good.
Your shower is
Sick.
sick.
The rainwater fucking
awesome.
Do you think that's long enough?
Yeah.
Because I was wondering about how long that should come off the ceiling.
No, I think it's fine.
It's good.
Yep.
nice. Inside baseball.
Someone peed in the upstairs bathroom and dribbled on the seat.
Wasn't us. Well, it wasn't us.
Betsy's looking at Danny like, what's going?
Wasn't us.
All right, let's do voicemails.
I installed them.
Let's see if everybody's headphones work. I was on a tight schedule here, so let's just see what we got. Hold on. Can you hear?
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Yep.
All right.
It's me, Orlando. Just calling to say how you doing, baby. Hey, Fishy. Brandon, why you so ugly? You stand okay? He calling to say, Fonz to lose golf tournament by 22 strokes. He sucks. Okay. Orlando has a question. If you had to choose one animated series to go and live in that world, what would it be? You tell Orlando. South Park, maybe? Maybe Animaniacs, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, who knows? You tell. Personally, Orlando will pick Rocket Power. Orlando likes to shred. Goodbye.
I go Simpsons. I mean,
Me
Mo's
too.
Bar fucking all
Me too,
day.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Dragon Ball Z.
You fucking weirdo. Oh, look at me. I'm Piccolo.
Should have been Kirby.
Damn.
How we doing, boys? Just finished up your newest episode. I appreciate you playing the last voicemail. I'm glad you guys got a kick out of it. Figured I'd send you another slaughterhouse story. So we used to haze the shit out of each other. One of our favorite things whenever we had a new guy in, if we had a boar, like a big old ruddy boar come in, while we were skinning it out, we'd save one of the nuts, and one of us would go out, we'd cut the tip right off it, and we'd walk right up to that guy's door handle, and we'd just squeeze that right under there. And I'll tell you what, that baby batter doesn't wash off with Dawn dish soap. It takes a lot. But hope you guys are having fun. Have a good one.
I mean,
I could never be a hick, dude.
I can't wait to have this guy on the show because I mean, have you ever known a person who worked in a slaughterhouse?
No, it's sick.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah, Danny requested he'll listen to this. So, Kyle. By the way, it's a perfect name for a guy who works at a slaughterhouse. Kyle. Hopefully, he brings us some meat. You know what I mean?
I'm in.
Not a nut would be preferable.
He's definitely better than that.
Yo, it's your man Adam Jump Town, guys. Hopping, skipping, jumping all around these podcasts. We need to get back on there. But with that said, all this motherfucking wildfire smoke, man, no one's buying it, no one's blowing it. It's a cover-up for fucking what's out there in the sky they don't want us to see.
Chemtrails.
Planets, is it aliens? We don't know what we do. Hope to tell you soon. Till then, keep the quality high. Yeah!
I love how he didn't hang up. It's just like still running. Puffing his joint. That's Adam Jumptown. Also, doesn't Doobie have like an event coming up
Today.
today?
Yeah, it's at Woburn Oaks, I think.
That's right. He invited us to go, but we have parties to go to. So yeah, you're gonna be busy today.
Yeah, like literally when I leave here, I'm busy
Yeah.
all day until 3 a.m.
Going to grad parties is more fun than hosting them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as much as I'm looking forward to this party, I just want it over.
It'll be fun once people are there and you're hanging out.
Right.
That'll be fun. Bobby gonna be there? Froyo?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Fucking yes. Fucking haven't seen Bobby Froyo in like months, dude. He's the fucking man.
Yep. Bobby
That was
will
the
be there.
best when we were at the Patreon party and Josh came over to me. He's like, dude, I've been talking to Bobby Froyo for like an hour and a half. He's like the best guy in the world.
He's
Like,
fucking
he's the
awesome.
fucking best guy to hang out. He's like if you were gonna give somebody superpower, like if you were like, what's that person's superpower? Bobby's superpower is just like hanging out. Like he's one of the best.
No
to hang.
enemies.
No enemies. You can you meet. I think I met Bobby once or twice. We watched all the fucking hoops
March
together.
Madness, yeah.
And he loves to gamble too. So I mean, that's a win in my book. We watched some porn together too. All right, Fonz, thank you very much. You're gonna stick around for Patreon. We'll do a quick Patreon. How can people find you on Instagram?
Fantastic Fonz. So
How much do you love yourself? We have to say your name twice in your fucking Instagram file.
well, so
Fantastic Fonz.
because fantastic Fonz.
I
but
get
just
it.
changed it to
I
Fonz.
get it. You fucking
Smart.
Magoo.
All right, yeah,
Very smart.
move.
It's a play on words.
Yeah.
He's like I didn't get it.
Well, all right. I was just making sure.
And where can they catch you in the comedy scene? You'll be at the Wilbur on Thursday.
So,
Theo Vaughn.
I actually just spoke to my close personal friend, Will Noonan, and I will be at Capo this Wednesday and every Wednesday from here on out.
I love it.
Speaking of great comedians, we have Sean Bryan back soon.
Yeah.
It's been a few months since he's been on.
You need Sean, you need Joey Boats back. You need
Joey Boats.
Joey Boats is coming. Joey
a lot
Boats
of
is
people are overdue.
Joey Boats is coming back very soon.
Yeah, the next few weeks. Also, by the way, there was a fucking Sports Lamb is my favorite, well documented, my favorite follow on Instagram.
Unbelievable.
It's just, I mean, if you're not following Sports Lambert, like,
Yeah, so Joey Boats texted me. He said, he messaged all of us.
Yeah.
He's like, Danny in Sports Lambert would be fire together.
yeah. So Sports Lambert, we got to get on. He's like, who's the great writer? Who's the guy who wrote The Catcher in the Rye? This is so bad. I should know this. I should have this on the tip of my tongue. He was like a recluse. Like, I feel like it's tracking down Sports Slam. It's probably hard.
Yeah, the pickup game could start up anywhere.
Yeah,
so he's not going to come if there's
like
a
that
pickup
video.
game.
I'll clip that video. That's my favorite video on the internet. Is when he's just listening to music in his car, and then he's like, I want to make more videos. He
But if
goes,
someone's running ball,
if somebody's running ball, I'm
there.
going. He goes, I'm going. I'm like, the dude just balls. All he does is ball and dance. I feel like that's his life. You know what I mean? He's the fucking man. I don't even know him. Need him in my life. All right, Fonz, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We loved having you.
Always a
as
pleasure.
always. And yeah, you got a lot of challenges coming up. We got the golf match, we got the hockey match, we got the can jam match. I mean, it's just content for days. Also, thanks for doing. You haven't been on since we did the line skit. Thanks for being in that skit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think she's doing a new challenge too.
Yeah, I know. We'll have to maybe revisit part two.
Yeah.
You were having a hard time keeping it together in that.
Oh my god! Well, between the ball taps and like just like the funny shit that like I had to prepare. If you didn't say it before and you just did it, I wouldn't have laughed as hard. But expecting it to come just makes you laugh. So hard.
I did it to fucking Justin too, and I did some videos with him. I just had him fucking going. I can keep it serious, but it is hard to keep it together when you're doing that shit. Yeah. Fitzy was working the Wheels of Steel, aka the camera, that day. All right, cool. So we'll be back next week, and like we said, a couple other things. Last thing, we'll mention the Patreon. All right, peace.